Hello there. My name is Alex. This is my story about my parents. The thing is, I'm 17, and they're still overbearing to me. I'm serious. I'm the only kid in my family. When I was born, my mom was 40 and my dad was 43. As far as I know, they tried to have a kid for a long time before they actually did. Of course, their love fell on me at once. I just had to catch it. But for me, as a kid, it was quite okay. My parents were always with me. They played with me and all that jazz. In grade 1, I had the whole family taking me to school. My grandma joined us too, so as not to be left behind. In the picture, I'm standing with a huge bouquet of flowers. Behind me, my mom's wiping her tears. How nice it was. But then they picked me up from school and took me to all kinds of activities. I'd say that everything was okay. I did Aikido, swimming, and climbing a little. I also went to the language school. And I never heard any complaints that I would get a trauma or something. Well, except for Grandma. But it was okay. She'd see the danger even in the soup. I was never forbidden to hang out with boys. I wasn't scolded for my dirty clothes. Anyways, my parents were quite reasonable. They didn't faint at the sight of my bruised knees, unlike my friend's mom. But as I grew older, their care started to bind me hand and foot. Somehow, my parents didn't let me go. They started to insist I was still a kid. Well, at 5, the bedtime lullabies were okay, but at 14, they weren't, honestly. At 14, I decided to make some money. I was ashamed of asking my parents for pocket money. I needed something more than the cakes in the canteen, if you get what I mean. Well, to please a cute girl, for instance, or smoke a cigarette behind the school, something like that. But when I told my parents I'd found a part-time job, they freaked out. "You're still a kid, why work? What do you need in your age?" And all that stuff. Of course, they didn't let me work. At 15, they freaked out that kids shouldn't think about girls. Well, I fell madly in love. We even walked a couple of times hand in hand. Nothing wrong or indecent there. But when my parents found out I had a girlfriend, they locked me up at home. They said kids don't date girls. I didn't get why I was still a kid, though. It was like this in all things. I was trying to wash my things, and there came my mom. "You're too young to wash your things." I was trying to build a skating rink with the guys, and Dad got in the controls. "I'll do it myself. You're too young to do the man's work." I once asked if I could use a spoon, but they didn't get my joke. And I was not that obedient, but I just didn't have a chance to do anything my way. We lived in a small town, so everyone knew each other, and everyone told my parents about my actions. When I tried to go on a date, everyone informed my parents at once. From our neighbors to my mom's colleague. Oh my God, I was forbidden to hang out with friends. I was deprived of dessert. Oh yeah, I can't live without that. And my computer. Only the last punishment was really sad, but my parents continued to insist. I had a crazy schedule, like boys should go to bed at 9 p.m. I wasn't allowed to do any household chores. There was a parental control on my computer. By the way, I was 15. The adolescence, the hormones, the boyish pleasures like shooting games and adult movies. And here are my parents. What movies? I was given a limit even on YouTube. I only could watch Korean cartoons about cars. What a nuisance. When I sneezed, I was immediately put to the bed. They brought me a broth and a thermometer. When I broke my leg, they called a bunch of doctors. But the worst thing was my mom's kisses in front of the whole class. Oh, how everyone laughed at me, even the first graders. A crazy song. No, I don't mind kissing Mom, but not in front of the whole school. And she still wiped my nose. Maybe because of the habit. Anyway, everyone saw me as a loser, and though I had a normal look and decent clothing, girls avoided me. I simply got mad. I freaked out, but my parents kept taking me to school and wiping my nose. "Well, you are still so young," they would say. Now I'm 16. Recently, I moved to the college dorm. My parents protested, but I couldn't stand it any longer. I even promised to stop talking to them. They kinda calmed down, but I still have lots of restrictions. The head of the dorm checks me every time. I still can't date girls, come back later than 8 p.m., and have a part-time job. And here's the excuse: I have to put all my energy into my studies at college. I mean, it's kind of for my own good, but somehow it doesn't make me feel any better, and I really don't know how to prove to my parents I'm already grown up. Guys, if you had the same problems, write in the comments how you dealt with them. It's really important for me to know your opinion here. I don't want to stop talking to my parents, but I can't keep living like this anymore.